Okay, can you go down to the bottom? I mean, go down to the amendment, right? And if you take the word proposals and add in the words the roading proposals that affect their wards, and consult with affected
engage with.
and engage with affected ratepayers and report back to the council for further consideration. But hang about, it's on the alternative alternative provision of services which will be maintained. On alternative provision for services which will be maintained. Yep.
And this is around the process again, and so that it's not only, there's some boundary issues between the wards too which will overlap. So besides the board's individual, and not suggesting a change, but just in terms of the process that all of the boards, or say the board chairs, workshopping what they come up with the staff, I'm sure will be a sensible way for them to work too. But I think that, as we said before, the staff have used that process before with the boards, and it should work well this time. Yeah. You're right. So all we need is a resolution that deals with the decommissioning, because I think this works. This is the second part of the resolution, that the three boards be asked to consider this report and make recommendations on the roading proposals that affect their wards, and engage with the affected ratepayers and report back to the council for further consideration on alternative provision of services which will be maintained. So that picks up that. So have you got the decommissioning one?
What we would suggest is if we go back to 3.1 and we just note instead of confirming.
Yeah.
Note 3.2 is note instead of approving. Note the status of the horizontal infrastructure. 3.3 stays the way it is. 3.4 goes.
Hang on.
We've got the first two are noting instead of confirming and approving.
It's note rather than approve. Yep.
3.3 remains as it is, confirming that nothing will be removed.
Yep.
3.4 goes, we'll get rid of that. Okay with that? .5.
3.4 is all good?
3.4 is all gone.
No, the new 4, so 5.
Yeah.
5 stays the same?
5 is note that the council staff will continue to work with Sarah.
Okay.
That becomes 3.4.
We'll continue to work with Sarah.
All right, so we're...
No, you don't need to write with again. Yeah, keep going.
And
delete,
then,
delete.
Then the last one
Yep.
is what you had up there with working with the community board.
Okay.
So 3.6 goes.
Yeah, 3.6 is gone.
Yep.
The old 3.6 is gone.
Okay.
So the
new one is this Hagley Ferrymead.
the Hagley Ferrymead, and it should be that staff engage with the Hagley Ferrymead.
Okay, that staff engage with Hagley Ferrymead, Burwood, Pegasus and Shirley. Papanui community boards
to
consider, so take out be asked, and make recommendations on the roading proposals that affect their wards, and engage with the affected ratepayers and report back to the council for further consideration on alternative provision of services which will be maintained.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Clear what number 1 is doing.
It's just noting.
We're noting the status categories.
Well,
Okay.
maybe we should have note the proposed status categories.
Yep.
Because then that doesn't diminish the fact that some of them might actually change once it's been fact checked or whatever.
That's okay.
And note the proposed status of the horizontal infrastructure as detailed. Yeah.
And just, can I check, are we going to do anything about the costs and anything about the cleaning up? Because that was the other issue that got raised, was the amount of debris that's being left, and just,
I think that's a separate issue. To
Yeah,
this
we're not
report.
removing horizontal infrastructure at this stage.
no, but it's like.
It will be something we need to address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So who's willing to move that? It's been moved and seconded? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Councillor Livingston, Councillor Cotter, I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. And yep.
You whizzed through one so quickly that a number of us were unable to actually discuss it and raise some concerns in it. I understand if there are around 75% of people around the table that it can be rescinded and we can return to it.
Which one?
The funding in the mayoral relief fund, the applications.
Sorry, do you want to just...
Well, I've wanted to raise the issue of the huge amount of money that has been considered for approval and now approved actually to the YMCA. I understand what it's for. I understand that.
Well,
It's a massive, massive percentage of the entire amount of money available.
no, not of the entire fund, though, of what the fund has been. No, I know, but what...
As at the 20th of July...
Yes, I know how much is left.
Right.
But you have to look at how much was in there. It received over $7.9 million.
No, I understand that. I get that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know whether there are members around the table. I know that there were a couple that I was aware of that were concerned about this amount. If there isn't 75%, then we have to move ahead with it and approve it. But if there are...
well, I mean, we did already pass it, and the advice that I'm receiving is that you can't go back unless there are new facts that weren't available
Oh,
at the
I'm
time.
sorry. I
that
thought it was
the
if there was 75% around the table. It was done...
No, and 75%.
Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry. It went
Yeah.
so quickly that...
Sorry,
That's all right. We didn't get to it this morning either in the pre-chat either, so
Right.
that's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll just leave it go. I'm sure it is, Vicky, but I would have liked to have discussed it a little more than at this
Sorry.
speed of a high-speed train.
No, well, I did try and move us along for other reasons, but